Hello everyone out there in guitar land. So today I'd like to do a special demo of a piece of gear that I own. And I don't usually do a whole lot of demos on my channel. I'm not a huge gear guy. Actually, I don't really have that many pedals. I only have 1 or 2 amps that I use. I'm not a huge pedal guy. But today I'd like to do a demo of the Echoplex EP3 tape delay. And this is the solid state version from the 70s. They've made a couple of different versions of the tape delay. They made the EP1 and EP2, which are tube versions. And then they made the EP3 in the 70s, which are the solid state versions. But regardless, I think they all sound wonderful. I think they all have their own characteristics that they impart to your tone. What inspired me to get the EP3 was Eric Johnson. You know, I loved his clean tone. You know, he was just running directly into a twin with a Strat, and I loved the warmth and his repeats that he was getting on his delay. So I figured, okay, what kind of gear is this guy using? I looked him up and figured that he was using an EP3 tape delay. So managed to pick one up, and at this point it's running pretty well. Probably still needs a bit of servicing to sound at its best. I think the pinch roller needs to be replaced, which is just a rubber wheel on it that helps guide the tape. Anyway, so I just figured I'd do a quick demo of what this, I was about to say pedal, but it's not really pedal. It's more of a giant box. More what this thing sounds like, just to give you guys a demo. Now, when most people demo, I was going to say pedal again, I'm so used to saying pedal. When most people demo these tape delays, what they do is they'll put it on the slapback settings. They'll put it on a higher setting to where the delay comes back at you pretty fast. But in my case, I actually have it set to the slower setting, actually the slowest delay that this unit can produce. And the reason that I did that is because when I play this unit, I normally play it in a more of an ambient type setting, more of an Eric Johnson type chordal setting. You know, like that right there, where you're just doing a lot of chord stuff. So that's kind of how I utilize it. I don't really use it for the slapback aspects or anything like that, but it does work very well for that if you'd like to use it for that. Maybe I'll demonstrate that in a future video, but I don't really play country, so I'm not sure how good I would be at it. So what I'm running the EP3 directly into my Fender Twin. I have a few pedals at my feet, which none of them are on at the moment. I have a compressor pedal and a Nunaber wet reverb pedal. So here's what the tape delay sounds like with just the Fender Twin and the tape delay. The first thing that you'll notice is, first of all, how warm and how full the repeats sound on this unit. You don't have the sterile repeats that you have on digital, because obviously this is not digital, this is tape. And one thing that I really enjoy about these tape delays is the character that it imparts to your tone. For example, if you listen to the repeats, try that again. It's kind of warbling a little bit again because there's a wheel on there that's made out of rubber, and I think it's hardened a bit and it needs to be replaced. So it's not giving us a unmodulated repeat at the moment. It is kind of modulated. So, but if you just listen to the repeats, notice the character that it imparts to the tone. It's a very warm character. It's a very saturated character. It's a very, I guess what people would call more of a dirty repeat. But it's just a wonderful, wonderful sound. Okay, so that's kind of the stuff that I use it for, just really warm, really ambient delays and chordal stuff going on. So I don't have anything specific that I'm going to play for you guys. I didn't really make up anything specific. Just wanted to throw it on and let you guys have an idea of what this thing sounds like. So just going to play. Let me readjust this mic here. Okay, so I'm just going to play a little bit with the dry signal and the tape delay. Okay, so let's turn on the reverb here and see what we have. Now that's just going to add just a little bit to the tone and just give us more of an ambient type tone here. So. Help if I'd stop messing up. So it is really cool, the rhythmic stuff that you can do with this delay. It is a bit limiting because this is the slowest speed. But what it does extremely well. So that is some of the stuff that I use it for, and then also more chordal stuff. So that's the kind of stuff that I use this unit for. I really enjoy it. Alright, so hope that gives you an idea of what the EP3 can do. You know, if you're looking for a similar unit that's on the market today, you know, you could check out eBay. Although any unit, you know, that you get as far as the older ones, they're going to be at least 30 years old at this point, so they probably will need a servicing to bring them back up to where they should be. Again, mine does. I think there are a few parts that do need to be replaced, but I think they're worth it. Now, Full Tone does make the TTE tape echo, which is basically an EP3 reissue. Now, I have not had any sort of chance to play that unit or, compare it to the EP3. Maybe I will one day. It would be really cool to do that. But anyway, thanks for checking this out. What I'll do now is just move over and show you what the EP3 looks like. Alrighty, so here I am in front of the tape delay. Hopefully you can see it pretty well in the camera there. Kind of had a hard time getting it in the camera because this little tripod I'm using for my phone does not have any kind of extension to go above it and point down at it. As you can hopefully see in the video, you have tape that's moving, and what it's doing is there's a cartridge here at the top, and what that does is that holds the tape, and the tape is just going around and around and around forever and ever and ever in a continuous loop, and that's what's giving you the delay. I did mention on my unit that there was a part that probably needed to be replaced, and it's this rubber wheel right here. Hopefully you can see that. It's kind of hard at this point, probably needs a good cleaning, but what that does is that helps guide the tape past the capstan, which is that wheel right next to it. And if this piece is hard, if this rubber piece is hard, what that does is it causes the tape to slip, and that's what causes the modulation that you were hearing in some of the repeats. That's what the tape delay looks like. And as far as changing your speed, this is where it changes it right here. It's got a movable head. Now obviously the movement of the playback head is in direct correlation with the size of the unit, and the head can only move so far to the right. That's why it can only go so slow as far as repeats. So it is different than a digital pedal, which can give you a 5-second repeat or a 30-second repeat or something just super ridiculous. The knobs here on your left are your repeat and your delay volume, and the EP3, and actually as well as the EP2, I believe, had a sound on sound mode, or a recording mode, meaning you could record and play it back over switch this, and it would actually play what you recorded back through your amp. Now I don't use that very much, just today we have loopers, and it does make it a bit easier to do recording. But if you think back to 1970s, when this guy came out, this is all you had, and all of a sudden you got a sound on sound mode. Man, that that was cool. That was neat, because no other pedal did that. Nothing else did that at the time. The only way that you could really record yourself is go into a studio and record it that way. So I hope that gives you some idea of what the EP3 looks like and some of the things that it does. And if you like my content, feel free to subscribe and share it.